Carriage Kia in Gainesville and Woodstock has up to $6,000 in rebates right now during the summer sticker event. New 2019 Optima, Sorento, Sportage, Stinger, and Forte. 66 months, 0% for qualified buyers only at Carriage Kia, Gainesville, and Woodstock.
Coming up on this edition of the Cherokee Tribune-Ledger podcast, the 7th traffic fatality in the county. A man fled from police via Interstate 575 but crashed into the back of a line of cars at exit 14. We've got these stories and more.
The Cherokee Community Minute is brought to you by Cherokee Focus. Do you have a passion for your community? Do you often ask yourself, how can I give back? Did someone do something for a younger you that propelled you into the person you are today? If you live, work, or play in Cherokee County and are looking to find a way to plug into the community, think Cherokee Focus. Cherokee Focus is now accepting applications for the Cherokee Youth Works program. We provide out-of-school youth ages 16 to 24 with GED prep, life skills, work readiness, paid work experiences, along with assistance in college enrollment and obtaining sustainable employment. If you could use some assistance in one of these areas or know someone who does, visit us online at CherokeeFocus.org. That's CherokeeFocus.org. And remember, through people, partnerships, and possibilities, we can make a stronger Cherokee.
Welcome to the Cherokee Tribune-Ledger podcast, the only local news podcast just for Cherokee County, brought to you by the Cherokee Tribune-Ledger News and the BG Podcast Network. I'm Tyler Head. Here are the stories your friends and neighbors will be talking about. A man was arrested after he fled from Woodstock police on Monday afternoon via Interstate 575 North, but crashed into the back of a line of cars at exit 14. The incident began when Woodstock Police Department officers responded to an indecent exposure call at the Goodwill store on Georgia Highway 92. The suspect fled when officers arrived, striking 2 patrol cars in the process. Officers pursued the man onto Interstate 575 North. Woodstock, Holly Springs, and Canton officers were involved in trying to stop the man. Cherokee Sheriff's Office deputies were set up north of the chase with stop sticks, a device to puncture tires, but the driver crashed into the line of traffic at exit 14. There were several minor injuries caused by the crash, and the driver being pursued was arrested and is facing multiple charges. The Sheriff's Office Traffic Investigation Unit is currently investigating the crash. A man was killed before dawn Saturday in a single vehicle crash on White Road in the Sutali community. This is the 7th traffic fatality in the county in recent weeks. Around 4 a.m. Saturday, Cherokee Sheriff's deputies responded to a single vehicle accident. A Chevy Equinox traveling east towards Georgia Highway 108 left the road, struck a mailbox, a fire hydrant, and then a large tree. The SUV's only occupant was the adult male driver who died at the scene. His identity has not yet been released. Cherokee Sheriff's Office Traffic Enforcement Unit is investigating the accident, but they believe that speed was a factor. If you enjoy walking the Etowah River Park pedestrian bridge in Canton, then stay with us. We've got some news that you need to know, coming up on the Cherokee Tribune-Ledger podcast.
You deserve better than your bank. Better service, better rates, better solutions. Now is the perfect time to make the switch to the Credit Union of Georgia, the better way to bank. Since 1960, Credit Union of Georgia has been providing Northwest Georgia with financial solutions that make sense for your home, business, and family. As a homegrown, not-for-profit cooperative, our members are our mission. Not only will you get the best loan rates, you'll get personalized customer service from people who understand your needs. Plus, Credit Union of Georgia provides real convenience with a network of more than 30,000 accessible ATMs and branch locations across the country. Ready to see how much better your banking can be with Credit Union of Georgia? Become a member today or apply for a loan online by visiting www.cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia, the better way to bank.
You might be able to drive a golf cart around certain neighborhoods of Canton soon if you ask. The Canton City Council approved an amendment to city law to allow golf carts to be driven on streets of neighborhoods where residents request it. Community Development Director Ken Patton said that he received inquiries from a number of homeowner associations in Canton regarding the use of motorized carts with regular vehicle traffic in certain neighborhoods and public streets within city limits. In response to these requests, he took Cherokee County's adopted motorized cart ordinance and made amendments to it to reflect Canton for the City Council to consider. The key point of the amendment to city law is that the council will be able to approve a motorized cart district only upon receiving a request. Patton added that council could restrict the use of other motorized carts such as ATVs and similar vehicles if they chose to. Patton said at Thursday's meeting that the term golf cart was changed to personal transportation vehicle for this section of the city ordinance because of state law. In order to be considered for motorized cart use, a petition must be submitted by the Homeowners Association for the area where motorized cart access is being requested. For areas where motorized cart access is desired but no Homeowners Association exists, a petition may be submitted by the residents of the area. The Kent City Council also approved a list of repairs to the Etowah River Park pedestrian bridge during its most recent meeting. City Manager Billy Pepper said earlier this month that the city based the repair needs on feedback from users of the bridge, as well as analysis from city staff. The bridge repairs would consist of replacing the existing wood with pressure-treated wood on the boardwalk on both sides of the bridge and alternative composite material for the handrails, stand rails, and substructure of the bridge, and replacing all wood decking with 3-inch galvanized steel. Cost of these repairs would be $170,000. The city will let residents know when the bridge will be closed for construction. Repairs are expected to be completed this fall and will not start before October 1st. 2 games on Friday featured Cherokee teams squaring off against rivals from within the county. Creekview imposed its will early and late as it left Woodstock with a 16-2 win Friday night. Quarterback Brody Rhodes threw a 31-yard pass to A.J. Vaccaro for the only touchdown in the first half of the game, part of Rhodes' 213 yards of combined offense. In the second half, Creekview running back Tyler Stevens took over. He added a 13-yard touchdown to seal the victory as he went on to rush for 167 yards, with 146 of them coming in the second half alone. 1 week after one of the biggest wins in its history, River Ridge left no doubt on its home field to remain unbeaten to start its season. River Ridge beat Etowah 38-7 on Friday night to win its 3rd game in a row. After knocking off Woodstock a week earlier to record their first win over a Cherokee County opponent, the Knights made it back-to-back. River Ridge was led by its offense, which accumulated 439 yards, with 304 of them coming in the first half. Carson Latham was 18 of 23 passing with 4 touchdowns, finding 3 different receivers for scores. Running back Amiri Morrison was bottled up for most of the night by Etowah's defense, but the county's leading rusher still managed to tally 127 yards, capping it off with a 25-yard touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Cherokee got offensive in the first half and defensive in the second to come away with a 21-15 victory over Rome on Friday at Tommy Baker Field. The Warriors moved to 3-0 on the season while handing the Wolves their first loss. The driving force for Cherokee on the night was Adarius Harshon and his connections with quarterback A.J. Swan into the end zone for 2 touchdowns, one for 80 yards and the other for 56. Thank you for joining us for the Cherokee Tribune-Ledger podcast from your hyper-local news source, the Cherokee Tribune-Ledger News. Grab a copy of today's paper and visit Cherokee Tribune-Ledger News online for complete details on the stories we've discussed, plus more stories that affect you and the citizens of Cherokee and surrounding areas. Subscribe and share this podcast to get all the latest hyper-local updates, or ask Google Home to play Cherokee Tribune-Ledger podcast for you. Share your thoughts or questions with us in the comments section or call our podcast comment line at 404-997-8655. We might share your comment on an upcoming episode. The Cherokee Tribune-Ledger podcast is produced by BG Ad Group, Amy Cargus producer, Jacob Sutherland director, copyright 2020, all rights reserved.